Well, good morning and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. If you are new today, thank you for being here. My name is Sherry. We are going to go ahead and do a cost comparison to two of the bulk stores that are located in my area. Now, I have a Sam's Club that is about 20 minutes away from here, and I have a Costco that's about almost an hour away. And now I've never been into a Costco's, I'll tell you that right up. But when I found out there was a Costco coming near us, because the next one after that is almost 2 hours away, I was like, well, let me go ahead and, run some numbers and see if it might be worth it to go there. I know gas would play a factor into that, and also too my time, since it would be almost an hour away. So you're talking an hour drive. Shopping could take anywhere between a half an hour to an hour, and then the drive back. So you're talking 3 hours total of my time and gas, where I know that my Sam's Club is 25 minutes away, and I usually can get in there because I know where everything is all at, unless they move it. And I can pretty much get in there and out of there in less than 45 minutes, still depending on how much stuff I have. But my normal is still always the same, and then my drive back home. So, I mean, yeah, my total time could still roughly be about 3 hours, but it's less gas. So I wanted to cost compare these two different box clubs, because I do a lot of bulk buying. I have a family of 5. There's me, my husband, my son who is 22, and my husband and I have twin 14-year-old girls. Now I do have an older child who just turned 34, thank you, and she is living on her own with her boyfriend, about 3 hours away from me. So we also have 4 cats, and I have 12 chickens in the backyard. Now, I don't usually buy any of that stuff for my chickens or anything like that, or my cats over at Sam's Club. I usually buy from another company that I've been dealing with the last 6 years for food for my cats, and I usually go to Tractor Supply or something like that for the chicken feed, and any mealworms or anything like that. So this is just basically the stuff that I mostly use all of this stuff on here, but then there's some times where I don't, but I just did a quick comparison of the main items that like other people might also too use, just to kind of get a comparison and price costs and all that other fun stuff. So let's dive in. All right, so I've got here Tide Pods, okay? Now, most of these are name brands, but I will go ahead and give the store brands. Sam's Club is Members Mark, and Costco is the Kirkland, because they are from Washington State, so they would use the Kirkland product. We got Tide Pods. They are a 156 count. Costco is selling them for $33.79, while Sam's is selling them for $29.98. That is a $3.81 difference. We have Downy Softener of 170 ounces. They are selling, so I'm going to do Costco's first, and then I'll do Sam's, and then I'll do the difference. Is $16.99 at Costco, $10.98 at Sam's, for a total of $6.01 difference. We have a store brand dog food. So you got the Members Mark, like I said, and then Kirkland. Kirkland for a 40-pound bag of food is $46.99, while Sam's is $37.98. That is a $9.01 difference. The Frito-Lay Classic Mix for the chips, there's a 50-pack for $22.99 and $18.41 for $4.51. And occasionally Sam's Club will have an additional $2 off. So then you could bring it down to $16.48. Jasmine rice, a 25-pound bag, is $23.99. Sam's is $18.91, bringing it total to $5.01 difference. Now we're doing the store brand coffee pods. Sam's has the 100 pack, and Kirkland is 120 pack. So Kirkland is $32.98, and I'm sorry, $41.99, and Sam's is $32.98. So the pods cost is a 35 cents per pod at Costco, which is Sam's is 33 cents a pod. Okay, so it can be a difference of $9.01. A pack of 60 cookies, $16.99 to $14.68. That's a $2.31 difference. Pepsi, a 30 pack of the minis, Costco, is $18.98, and Sam's is $15.48. That's a $3.41 difference. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. They have them in the 12 packs. I buy these quite often. We are in Florida to have, potential hurricanes, and sometimes you just need to have a quick can of soup to heat up on our stove, our grill outside. If by some chance there's a hurricane, they're selling theirs at $15.99 at Costco, and Sam's is $12.98, which is a $3.01 difference. Pop-Tarts are a 48 count variety pack. Is at Costco is $12.49, and Sam's is $9.98 for a $2.51 difference. We have nuts. These are the Planters nuts, the variety pack, a 24 count, $12.99 over at Costco, and $10.88 over at Sam's. That's $2.11. I've got a couple of more. Gatorade Zero, a 28 count, is $18.99 over at Costco, and Sam's is $16.28 for $2.71. We have Nature Valley granola bars. A 30 count is $18.99 at Costco and $15.96 over at Sam's. I got a cat right there. She's probably getting ready to jump over here at $3.03. And the last one is the Ritz crackers in an 18 count is $12.49 and $9.98 at Sam's for $2.51. So when you add all of Sam's Clubs up together, it is $255.60. But when you add up Costco's, it is $314.56. That is a huge difference, bringing the total difference to $58.96. That's about 18% higher over at Costco's for the same brands. Like I said, we are a family of 5. I do a lot. I do buy the jasmine rice from Sam's Club. When I do some of the bulk shoppings, I will go ahead and get the flour. I will do, now we don't use the Tide pods, the Tides. We use the Free and Clear for deodorant, fragrance free. But they are $18.99 over at Sam's Club, and I get 30 tabs or something like that. And every once in a while, usually about every 2.5, maybe every 3 months, they have a great big sale. They bring all those prices down, and you can get the pods usually for it's either $2 or $4 off. And that's when I go and I stock up, because I'm saving myself a whole bunch of money. I will, when they do those kind of deals and give that off, because they usually will do a, like the Tide pods. I use Cascade liquid. We've tried the pods and they just don't work well in our dishwasher. But I use the liquid, and they're like $9.98, but then every once in a while they will do like $2 off. So I'll go buy like 2 of them so we always have that backup. When they do the um, like Ziploc bags, anytime that these things are on sale, I will go ahead and get, um, at least one, if not like 2, so I can always have a backup, because then that will always tie me over to the next time that they have on sale, and their sales will rotate. And you always get the flyer, usually like about a week or so in advance, so you can go ahead and plan out your shopping trips. And this has helped us save. I mean, when I've looked at my Sam's Club at how much I saved, I will go ahead and show you at the end of the video. I'll take like a picture of it and I'll show you. I mean, we've saved a phenomenal amount of money to go ahead and shop at Sam's Club. We do get sometimes our gas there. I don't always, but if I know that I'm on, a quarter of a tank or something like that, and we're doing our shopping trip, I will go to Sam's and I'll go ahead and I'll get gas and we'll save a few bucks on that. And then, we'll go in and we'll do a bulk shopping trip. Most of my stuff really consists of getting some paper towels, paper plates. We get toilet paper from there. I get my tissues, my napkins, so I usually buy all of that in bulk. Then as we're going down, then that's when I'll get like the Cascade dish detergent. I'll get the pods. They have great deals on the aluminum foil in big bulk. So instead of going to, Walmart and getting like the small little things, buy in bulk. You do save. There are some items that, cost comparison, if it's not on sale or something like that, I mean, they can be a little bit almost the same, but at least with bulk buying on some of the stuff that is a lot of use to you, you're going to be going ahead and save a bunch of money. I mean, look at that, almost $60 difference for everyday items. Now, if you certainly don't have a Sam's Club near you, or your Costco is a little bit closer and stuff, that's totally okay. I mean, I'm not saying either one is better. I'm just letting you know that when I try to price it all out, I mean, in this economy right now, I mean, prices are going up. It's just the way of things. It has nothing to really do with any tariffs or anything like that. It's inflation. Everything goes up, and pay rates, unfortunately, kind of still stay the same. So you have to make sure that, especially when you're trying to save money for a large family, and you do want to go ahead and buy in bulk. So think of the things that you use all the time. We happen to like paper plates. Again, there's 5 of us, and I mean, sure, I could buy, I've got 7 real plates. I could buy a whole bunch of more plates. But I mean, to have, like toast in the morning, or, somebody wants, a small little snack, I find it ridiculous to go ahead and just use a real plate. That's my personal opinion. That's why we do paper plates. It saves us so much dishes for the dishwasher. Our family has, the kids all have chores. About 3 years ago, I had fallen at work and I had tore 2 ligaments off my rotator cuff, and I had to have surgery. And before that, my husband and I, we were doing all the chores. We were doing the cat litter, and we were taking care of the chickens, and we were taking care of the dishes. I would cook every meal and I would do all the dishes. And when I was getting ready to go and have surgery, I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, these kids are more than older. They're 13, at that time, they're 14 now. I think then they were like 12, 11, maybe 11, 12 and a half, 11 and a half, somewhere around there. And I'm like, these kids are old enough for chores. We need to do this. I made a bulk food prep meal. I was trying to think of the word. And I went and go ahead and made up a whole bunch of food, so then I didn't have to worry about it. People could just throw it either in the crock pot or casseroles, throw it right in the oven. One of my daughters, she's a phenomenal cook, learning how to do everything. So I would go ahead and say, well, we're having spaghetti this particular night. She took out over, she know how to make spaghetti. And, you know, so we were working together as a team. And then I was like, well, you guys are old enough to go ahead and have chores. And they had their chores, and they've been doing them ever since. And the 3 kids rotate the 3 chores every week, and that works great for us. But, you know, buying in bulk can really help you save money. I recently just put all of my, my bulk rice. I had opened one up, but we were in the process of moving, and then we decided we changed our mind. So now we're bringing everything all back here from my mom's, while all of my mason jars were over there. So when I started bringing some back, I made sure I brought a whole bunch of mason jars back over. So I taken my almost a little less than a 25-pound bag of rice. I was able to fill up 15 quart-sized mason jars, and I've put them away. I mean, I'm sorry, that's 15 quarts. That's just over 2 cups of rice each, and I make rice all the time for my family. But I mean, even still, that can last our family, you know. If you did even rice once a week, that's 15 weeks of rice. So when you break it down a little bit more, and you have to go into Walmart to go buy a 2-pound bag of rice, I mean, I just don't understand. The rice here is $18.98 for 25-pound bags, okay? That is so much cheaper than walking into Walmart to go in to buy their bags of rice, okay? And at least jasmine rice is a little bit healthier, okay, instead of just the plain white rice. But I just wanted to give you some of these tips. Go ahead and use them how you will. You know, I hope this helps out a few people down the road. I am going to do a comparison with Publix versus Walmart at a later date. Now, a lot of people, you know, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I love Walmart. I mean, let me rephrase that. I like Walmart, but I love Publix. Publix has buy one, get one frees. And I don't know how often I can say this. This has saved me so much money down the road. I had previously done a video, and if you want, I can link it down below or put it up here. But we had a Publix haul that I spent almost 250 bucks, but I saved almost $200 because almost everything on there was a buy one, get one free. You know, I just don't understand how sometimes people just don't do that. It is so much better for you, especially in this economy. Free is awesome, you know? So go ahead, and if you have a Publix, I know that they're mostly in the South, but if you have another store that does the buy one, get one frees or offers like bigger discounts, do your research. Pull up several of your stores in your area and price compare and see which is better. You know, pull up the sales. Publix does their sales starting on a Thursday, but on Wednesdays, they bring it out to you and say, here's a sneak peek so you can see what's going on. Then you can meal plan. And when you meal plan, you spend a lot less money. And that is the goal for a lot of us right here in the day of everything being so high. If you hear scratches, my cat was scratching on the back of one of our couches. We don't like it, but I'm not going to yell at him right now. But I mean, in this day of age, you know, you must go ahead and save as much as you can. And then tuck it away. Seriously, tuck it away. All right, so I just want to say thank you so much for visiting my home today. If you like these videos, this kind of content, please go ahead, like, share. Most importantly, though, go ahead and subscribe and keep on cooking. Bye.